Greetings, dog collectors. I am Crash the Customizer. Welcome to another custom Transformers showcase. This is my custom Pre Beast Wars Cheetor. Now this is the Transformers One Bumblebee figure, and when I was trying to think of what to use for a Pre Beast Wars version of Cheetor, there was a lot of Transformers One Bumblebees at my local Walmart, and since we obviously know that Cheetor is pretty much the Beast Wars version of Bumblebee, what better figure to use than a Bumblebee? And since this already has kind of like a Cybertronian car, it just kind of fits. So, as far as the Pre-Beast Wars name, I wanted to call something obviously that kind of related to being fast, since he is a cheetah. So I came up with the name Fast Track, which just kind of sounded right. So like fast as in he's like really fast, and then the track thing, I kind of thought, well, if he would be like a fast car, then it would kind of make sense to be like a racer or something, from like maybe Velocitron or something. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. So as far as painting on this figure, what I did, pretty much main things I did was I painted a lot of the kind of Cheetor blue, and of course a few different like sections look like spots. Painted the face blue, and then some little orange in here, if you can kind of see that. And then I took just a little bit of paper and just kind of made this little head crest thing here. Of course, gave him his posable hands. And you can actually have him hold these swords here, just with a little bit of sticky tack. That honestly looks pretty awesome. So now I'll go ahead and bring in some comparisons. So first up, here he is with Bumblebee. Here he is with Pre Beast Wars Optimus Primal, aka Optimal Optimus. And here he is with his future self. So now I'll go ahead and get into vehicle mode. The first thing we need to do is remove his weapons here. And whenever I added the posable hands, it did cause some issues of actually getting the arms to transform, so you do actually now have to pop off the arms from the ball joint here, and there's actually no way to put these actually back into the vehicle mode, so these will just sit off to the side now. So anyway, now we've got that, what we need to do is open this section here up. Well, that's not supposed to happen. This does come off, but not supposed to actually come off in transformation. One thing that does remind me, though, I want to mention, is that the reason I also picked this figure is you can see the way this chest works, it almost kind of looks like a cheetah head, because these kind of look like eyes, and this kind of almost looks like a mouth. So I just kind of like that. It does kind of almost look like a cheetah head, which makes kind of a little bit of sense here. So anyway, let's go ahead and pull this section back, and let's leave it off for now. So we'll pull this section back here, put this back on, and hopefully it'll stay on this time. So we need to rotate his head around, and then it'll just kind of click into place right here. And go ahead and bring this back down. Go ahead and take this whole section and bring it up. And then this section here will fold down into there like that. And then you line up these with this. Then we'll go ahead and rotate his legs around. And then, honestly, I think this is really cool how these actually work, because they tab into here, but you can actually get them in some cool poses because of that, which is what I really like about this. So anyway, so we're going to accordion fold it up. It's kind of up like this. So same on this side. And then this piece here will come down. It untabs from here, come down like this, and just kind of fold in. And then these will tab into that on the bottom here. Kind of line all that up. So it'll tab into place. And then his feet will kind of, more or less, just kind of hook under here. Just gonna make sure everything's lined up as it's supposed to be, and go ahead and push his legs together here. You'll hear that clicks, that way you know it's in place. Take what's left of his arms here and just kind of extend them out like this, so that this will cover up that like this. It's best to be like that. And originally the hands would have tucked in to this section here, but with opposable hands I couldn't really find a way to actually do that, but it's not really a big deal for transformation to take his arms off, because it doesn't really affect anything. there we have fast track in his Cybertronian car mode. So you can't actually store the swords, and there I just put a little bit of sticky tack in this section right here. So you can just kind of stick the swords just like this. And now you have storage for the swords, and that honestly looks kind of cool. It's kind of these swords just kind of sticking off the side there, kind of adds to the vehicle. You can see that I basically continued on just adding the little spots, and then painted this black, and of course I added the little Maximal symbol right there. And then kind of you can see more of that blue. Of course the wheels are blue. I did actually cut quite a bit of the back of the feet off because I didn't like how the feet kind of had this weird thing where it kind of stuck up like this. I didn't really like the way that looked, so I just kind of cut it so it looks more flatter. I feel like that just looks better, at least to me. So now I'll go ahead and bring in some comparisons. First up, here is a Bumblebee. Here he is with Optimus Primal, aka Optimus. And here he is with his future self. So now to get fast track back into his robot mode, first thing we need to do is remove his weapons. Go ahead and just set these off to the side here. Then we need to take arm sections here and bring them up like this. Go ahead and untap his feet, then untap his legs here, and then just fold the leg out, and then it will tab in right there, kind of lock it into place here. Same on this side, just pull it out, tab it in. So we'll go ahead and take this section, flip it up, and then it will come over this section here and then tab into right here. Rotate the waist around, and you can do this. Anyway, so go ahead and take this section here and flip it up, so I'll allow you to bring this section down, and it will tab in right there. Go ahead and pull this section back, which will bring out his head. Bring his head up. It will click into place and rotate it around. And bring it down and tab in right there. And now to finish him off, go ahead and bring his hands and pop them back into the ball joint here, so he actually has arms like he's supposed to here. Again, I wish I could have found a way to make that transform with that, but there's been a way to do that, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go ahead and put his swords back into his hands here. And there we have fast track back into his robot mode. And honestly, this is kind of what I would kind of picture if we were to actually see a Pre Beast Wars Cheetor. I mean, it's a fast car, and it just kind of the coloration just kind of seemed to actually be about perfect. And honestly, I really feel like this turned out pretty good for what it actually is supposed to be. So if you like this video, be sure to check out the description where you'll find a link to the playlist for all of the other Pre Beast Wars customs. There'll also be a link that'll take you to the playlist of all of the regular Beast Wars customs. Along with a link that'll take you to my stop motion channel, which is currently some random stop motions. I'm hoping to at some point have a stop motion series about these guys. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future customs. Until next time, this is Crash the Customizer out. Fast Track, where have you been? There was a race back home and I didn't want to miss it. Our mission is far more important than any racing, Fast Track. But Big Bot, I don't want to hear it. You will not enter any more races. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Big Bot, I'm sorry. Keep your chin up, Fast Track. Once we have completed our mission, you can go back to racing. Well, in that case, I'll do whatever it takes to complete our mission. Good. I'm counting on you.